Alright guys, you must have seen my video regarding MS degree and all that stuff, right? Today I'm going to talk about the life cycle of the consultant or of the candidate or of you basically who is aspiring to come to America for MS. So what happens is when a person is in India, the person is thinking in his mind, okay, I want to go to America and I want to do MS, right? To me, even that is like a pretty interesting thing because the planning starts from third year itself. You have to take GRE, then you have to apply to all these universities and all those things. I think you must be knowing all these are very simple things. Everybody knows those. So I'm gonna just fast forward to the point where you basically come to America. You do know that the turmoil you have to go through. You have to, apply for visa, and if your visa gets rejected, then you apply for visa again, right? So and it's a pretty fucking pain in the process right. It's not a great situation because it takes away your energy, and I'm against these things. You must have, if you've seen all my videos, then you know that this is against the complete success formula principles. You shouldn't be wasting time on these things. You should be moving forward, creating assets, doing something worthwhile and making money rather than getting in the trap of all these things. But anyway, still I'm here to talk about, not MS is a useless degree, I'm here to talk about what happens if you pursue that. So when you do come here, to do MS, the very first thing is like on MS there are so many restrictions. You cannot work. You can do only studies. Let's say, you are some extremely smart guy. Let's say Elon Musk, he likes you, or Bill Gates says, oh, you know what, you're an exceptional student, I want to work with you. Can he work with you? Answer is no. He cannot work with you because you're on a study visa, you're on a student visa. You cannot work for anybody. Do you think Bill Gates can do something about it? Maybe in your dream you think that, if I have some exceptional talent, Google wants to hire you or something, or maybe Bill Gates wants to hire you, he will be able to do something. Actually, he will be able to do nothing. I don't know what he can do. I don't think Barack Obama can do anything for you here because you are a student. Nobody can, surpass that rule, bypass that rule. Yeah. So you need to understand that when you're here as a student, sometime you may be allowed to work for 20 hours on campus. And then, so you can work as a TA, PA, RATA and all those things. But many a time you don't get those jobs. So then you work off campus on gas stations and all those places. It's a very common thing because you already spent so much money, you want to recover all that money, right? So when you walk in, there are 50% of students are like, they're super motivated to make sure that they get money back. And then you also become one of them. You have to somehow make money too, right? You've already spent almost lakhs of rupees, tens of lakhs of rupees, wasted money. So you want to know, in my opinion, wasted money. For now, you would think that you have really, spent it very well. So, but you want to recover it fast. So, you come out with waste. So you start working. Then what you do is, you will see that then very soon, like you will see that many campuses around, many gas stations around the campus are giving jobs to people like you. So you would take up the jobs at gas stations or motels or subways or whatever. So doing all those class 4 jobs basically. I'll tell you something very interesting about the gas station job. See, in gas station job in this country, it's not like in India, it's a pretty elaborate arrangement. There are 15 people, there are 2 pumps. In Chandigarh where I'm from, it's a very common thing, there's things to maintain everything. Here, there is only one person, you. There's a coffee making machine, there's a coffee making area, tea making area, there is bagel making area, there's this area, everything is automated, everything is getting made by themselves. Outside there are gas pumps and people are coming and pumping the gas and going. So only one person is there, which is you. But in all this action, you miss one very interesting thing. There is a restroom also. A toilet. And because it's used by public, let's call it public toilet or public restroom. Guess who cleans it? You, that person, student, the worker. It's a known fact that every gas station worker has to clean public toilets. Yes. ये आपका level है. कोई बात नहीं. Maybe you think, you know what, that's okay. You know, the benefits down the line outweigh the disadvantages. Don't worry. You have seen my MS video, so you probably know what's coming in your life. But again, let me just still talking about the visa issues and all those issues. So here you are an MS, you're doing your MS and you're having all these issues. And one day you graduate. So during MS, you may be allowed to work on CPT, and those CPTs for 6 months. For 6 months, no Google, Microsoft hires anybody. Typically you try to, because you're making money, try to take up a job in which you can make some extra cash. So maybe like, and if you can probably get some training from a placement agency, like ours, then you might be able to get a job through us, and then you'll be fine. I don't do all this anymore. I don't work with students anymore, but I'm just saying, you know, typically there are so many agencies, you probably know that. And then once your MS is complete, you go for OPT. MS for STEM, if you have done STEM, science, technology, engineering, maths, if you have done MS in all these courses, then your OPT will be for 29 months. If you have MBA, then only 12 months. Within this time frame, you will be getting, you have to get your H1. First, obviously, you try to get the job with Google, Microsoft, FANG, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, Oracle, Sasebo, companies. If you don't get it, then you go to consulting companies, desi consultancies, as they are called. These desi consultancies, many people believe they would, you know, kind of rip you. Why would they rip you? What do you mean by this? They are getting you jobs, right? They don't deserve anything. So it's a proper debate. We'll talk about it later. I don't want to get into there, but you basically get in the hands of these desi consultancies where you are always distraught, because they would never seem fair to you. Even if they die for you, they would never seem fair to you, because you are used to Google, Microsoft, right? So how could a small consultancy ever seem fair to you? Anyway, that's another story. But basically, you will be in the hands of these consultancies. And you will be, in the first year, you'll be probably making $28, $30 an hour, and then in the next year you probably would be making 70-30 basis, or 80-20 basis, or whatever your arrangement is. But that's how you basically work. During your college days, during MS, you would be sleeping 8 people in one room. Very common. You will take 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, and you will be going there only to sleep, because the rest of the time you are studying and then you are going to work. Yeah. That gas station, that's where you will be going. So during OPT, many people go to these companies, consultancies, because some big companies don't even hire someone who's an H1 or who's an OPT. But nevertheless, if you ask your friends, they'll tell you that out of class of, let's say, 50, almost 10 people got proper jobs, or maybe 15 people got proper jobs. A lot of people don't get proper jobs. Here starts a huge quest to get the H1 through lottery. And I'm telling you, many people, when they get this H1, I mean, they get super excited in their life, like the biggest problem of their life is solved, because they have to pay fees and all that stuff. What is alternative if they don't get H1? They would do PhD. And you know what? This proves that these PhD, these MS are not degrees. These are just degrees. These are paper. The whole idea is to stay in US, come to US and stay in US, right? So they'll just take those PhD, they'll take up PhD, and then they'll start working. And they will, the very first question they ask the PhD college, do you offer CPT? Because then they can start working from day one. This is their goal. This is how it works. This is how it works. This is their goal.